Good evening. Very welcome to you, all of you. Here we are going to discuss today's real IELTS question, writing task 2, which appeared today for academic module, writing task 2. It's on 11th November 2021. Some people say it is a waste of time to plan for the future, that is more important to focus on present. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So there is an argument which is presented as a statement here. It is argued by some people that it is a waste of time. So it is not good to waste time planning the future, because you have to focus on present, and that is more important. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, I may move ahead with the answer. This is an opinion question. You have to give a clear-cut opinion in the introduction itself. So we have 3 sentences in the introduction. The first sentence is the topic, which is extracted from the statement part of the question. And this is the statement part of the question. This is the statement part. Sorry. This is the statement part of the question, the first sentence. And the first sentence of the introduction is extracted from this sentence. One more sentence is separated from this sentence, and that is the second sentence. So we have made 2 sentences from the statement part, that is this part. I have made 2 sentences, 1 and 2. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So that is the thesis. It is here. I cannot agree to it completely. Okay. So 3 parts. First part is the topic. Second part is the argument, the opinion. Third part is my personal opinion. It is opinion of somebody. It is my opinion, separated. So we have 3 sentences, number 1, number 2, and number 3, and it collectively forms the introduction of this particular question. So it has a clear-cut thesis. I agree, but not completely. What is the topic? The topic is there. Where is the argument? The argument is here. Clear. So the question is comprehensively answered. Now the description of this particular introduction, especially the thesis, is given in 3 particular paragraphs. Paragraph number 1. The first reason why I think there is a greater truth in focusing on the present is because of the fact that the future is uncertain. So the main point here is future is uncertain. This is the first reason, because of the fact that the future is uncertain. So the explanation for this particular focus point, to be precise, when a person sets an objective towards the future, the rate of success is much minimum than focusing at his own present intervals. The explanation, this is because he is much aware of the present situations and the changes which are likely to occur in the immediate future. A supporting statement, it's also realistic and has more practicality. So all these sentences are supporting this particular area, that the future is uncertain, and that is the main reason why I think I agree that this thing is there. Now, why there is a greater truth in focusing on the present is because if we focus on the present, we focus on reality, we have more practicality. But when we focus on future, we are focusing on uncertainty. This is what the message there in the first particular paragraph. It's complete. Now the second paragraph, it's a small paragraph, a subsidiary paragraph to the first preliminary paragraph. Only when the present focus is strong and intense, a person can stand in a stable platform so that he can think of a practical objectives in future. It's only when he can do, he has a strong and intense present, a focus on present, then only he can stand on a stable platform, a stabilized platform, and he can think of practical objectives. So we are telling about practical objectives, not unrealistic objectives, realistic objectives. If you want to dream of realistic objectives, you have to have a base, a platform. This is what they say. This means a clear focus of present is the basis of a successful dream. So if you want to achieve a goal, a realistic goal in your life, you need to have a good platform. For example, if a person wants to buy a property or a house, he needs to fulfill the fundamental requirements. So the fundamental requirements may be something, it may be mostly of finance or some other requirements. Let it be. So we have completed the first two paragraphs, which deals with focusing on present. And now we are going ahead with planning for the future. I too deny that planning for the future is a waste of time because of the same fact which is mentioned above. The future is uncertain. There is a small error here. I need to clear that error. I cannot agree. Okay, it's not I too deny, I cannot agree. I can hardly agree. I have to say, however, I can hardly agree that planning for future is a waste of time, because of the same fact which is mentioned above. It's mentioned above. Here it is mentioned, the future is uncertain. The future is uncertain. So the same factor which is mentioned above, the future is uncertain. Okay, to explain it further, humans can face any sorts of emergencies at any time, and therefore a good plan should be there ahead of him in order to face these challenges effectively. These challenges means emergencies. This is especially true in case of financial crisis. So we have covered two paragraphs regarding focusing on present, and at the same time I have said that it's not waste of time to think about the future. It's productive. It's productive, especially in case of a financial crisis. Okay, so I don't think that's a waste of time. Now let's move ahead and see the conclusion. To conclude, though there are visible benefits when a person plans in future, these are the visible benefits here. You can see. I feel without focusing on present, it's more likely to be a failure. If we don't focus on the present things, when we dream future, it's meaningless to dream of future if you don't have enough resources with you. If you don't have a platform to think, then it is an utter nonsense to think about the future. If you don't have the base, if you have the base, financial base or social base or political base, then you can think ahead, or else a fool can think of future. It's just a dream. It's not realistic. It's not practical. So it's more important to focus on present, form a platform, and think of the future. This is what the message of the essay is. I hope you must have understood this particular essay.